The NFL season kicks off with Game 1 on Thursday between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a conference championship playoff rematch that saw KC win 17-10, with most of the scoring happening in the first half, with KC up 17-7 at the break. Patrick Mahomes had 241 yards, 1 touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 272 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. Jackson added 54 yards on the ground in that game. Meanwhile, through the air, Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce had 116 yards, 1 touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco added 68 rushing yards and a touchdown himself. That's just a recap of last year's game between these two, which was not that long ago. Now, KC is now 5-1 versus Baltimore in their last 6, and the point totals in those games have been 27, 71, 54, 61, 51, and 48, but those scores do go back to 2015. Last year's playoff matchup is their only meeting since 2021. Now, for regular viewers of this channel, you're certainly used to me giving out tons of soccer picks, but I certainly enjoy other sports as well. And if anything, some of those strategies that I use in the soccer betting with alternate totals and spreads and scoring props came from betting the NFL, where you can create teasers or some same-game parlays where you're adjusting spreads and totals, different player props for lower amounts than the main prop total, which obviously will pay out less, but it is a much more attainable way to hit some of these bets. Teasers have certainly become one of the more popular ways to bet the NFL, and certainly a method that I enjoy, as well as creating same-game parlays, which is what I'm going to do for this kickoff game. Let's get into this 4-leg same-game parlay for Thursday Night Football. And if you want more NFL this season and more sports betting content, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and become a member for more sports betting picks by hitting that join button. And if you're looking for a great sportsbook bonus to kick off this NFL season, be sure to check out my link, signupexpert.com/shredthespread. I'll drop that link down there in the comments of this video. You can click that. You'll be taken to a list of all of the available sportsbooks in your region. There's tons of great offers up for grabs for new customers this season. We're looking at tons of free bonus bet offers up to $1,500 at certain books. Be sure to check it out. This same game parlay, I'm going to use 4 different options. It's not going to pay out huge, but this is the first game of the season. We don't need to dive in too deep here. So we're going to adjust the spread on the Chiefs to make them an underdog. The Chiefs are about a field goal favorite in this game. Certainly would not surprise me if Baltimore pulled an upset. Let's switch the Chiefs to an alternate spread all the way to +7.5 instead of -3. The Chiefs' losses last season came by 1, 15, 4, 8, 3, and 6 points last season. Mahomes as a favorite, field goal favorite is 11-7, but then Jackson as dog, 12-1, 7-0 ATS in the past 3 seasons. Baltimore's 27-8 straight up, 20, 13-2 ATS in recent games as a dog, and Harbaugh, their coach, in week 1 is 12-4. It's only failed to cover just once in the past 8 years. So while the Chiefs are favored, Baltimore has been a great underdog bet. So to be safe, we're going to make the Chiefs an underdog in this game. The Chiefs rarely won by large margins last season. Then the Ravens do have a new defensive coordinator. After losing Mike Macdonald with the Seahawks, Macdonald's defense saw the Ravens be the top scoring defense last season. So there will be some adjustments on that side of the ball. Whoever wins should be close. I don't see the Chiefs getting blown out at home. We'll go Chiefs +7.5. Next up, moving to the player props here. Travis Kelce, 4 or more receptions. That's way more than what his main prop total is set at. The Chiefs may have added some pieces, but Kelce is always going to be the main target as long as he's there. In 19 games last season, Kelce had 3 or more catches in every game. In the playoffs, he had catches totals of 7, 5, 11, and 9. In 17 of 19 games, Kelce had 4 or more, and in 15 of 19, he had 5 or more. So certainly if you want to go 5 or 6 or 7 catches, that would bump this same-game parlay way up. But I like to keep things very simple. We'll just ask Kelce to get 4 or more receptions. Now we'll go over to the Baltimore side, go to another tight end, Isaiah Likely. Let's go 1 or more receptions in this game. Mark Andrews is still the #1 tight end for Baltimore, but he was on the injury report after being in a car accident, but he is cleared to play. Injured or not, surely Isaiah Likely sees some usage in this game. He caught at least 1 pass 14 times last season, including in each of his final 12 games. In his last 8 games, he caught at least 2 or more as well. So let's go Isaiah Likely 1+ receptions. I'm creating all of these bets here at Bet365, where you have tons of different options, and you can go to the player milestones tab in the same game parlay and basically pick almost anything that you want. Finally, we'll go over 1.5 field goals in the game. For the Ravens, Justin Tucker was 32 of 37 in field goal kicking last season, and there was only 2 games where he didn't attempt to kick. In the 17 where he did, he always made at least 1. For the Chiefs, Harrison Butker attempted a kick in 19 of 20 games. In the 19 games where he did, only once did he not make at least 1 kick. When these teams met in the playoffs, There was a field goal from each team coming in that game. We'll go over 1.5 total field goals. That will round out the same game parlay at minus 135 odds. Obviously, that's not paying off huge, but it does look very attainable, and that's all I'm trying to do. Chip away with little wins all season long. No need to be racing out of the gates here. When we haven't seen these teams or players play in many months, 74% ROI for 3 hours of a football game is not a bad return, as long as you balance out some other bets during the season that will pay out a little bit more. And of course, you can certainly change the way that I'm doing this as well. You can take the Chiefs at plus 4.5 instead of 7.5. Kelce to get 5 receptions, or likely to get 2 receptions instead of the 4 or the 1 that I'm picking, or even just take both teams to get at least 1 field goal instead of simply over 1.5 field goals. If you took that approach, you'd get plus 100, so even money, just changing that field goal prop as well. If you want to create a little more risk, but a little higher payout, you can certainly do that as well. However you see this game going though, be sure to share your picks down there in the comments of this video, whether it's straight bets, spreads, totals, player props, or your own same game parlay. Share it down there in the comments, and good luck on NFL Kickoff Thursday.